Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good afternoon to my lecturer, Ms. Surya. I'm Imam Patricia from class AS 25518, and today my video will be about horticulture. And the sole purpose of this video is to educate my audience on what is really horticulture. Now, if you were stressed out, would you want to take a walk in a shopping mall or a park or a garden that has beautiful flowers and trees? Well, I think, of course, you would want to take a stroll around a park or a garden and breathe some fresh air and let go of that work stress. So, horticulture is a branch of agriculture, but it deals with garden crops, generally fruits, vegetables, and ornamental plants. For those who don't know what are ornamental plants are, you can call it decorative plants, where you put indoors inside your house, or you can use it in the garden. You decorate your garden with ornamental plants. And another common word of horticulture is doing landscaping and also cultivation of plants for human foods. Another common word for horticulture is landscaping and also cultivation of plants for human foods, where they include perennial and annual species, delicious fruits and vegetables, and also decorative indoor and landscape plants. Michigan State University commented on horticulture's activities, where they said that these special crops can actually help to sustain and also enrich our lives by providing nutritious foods and enhancing the beauty of our homes and communities, and also it helps in reducing our carbon footprints. Now let's watch a short clip on what horticulturist says about horticulture.
Horticulture is all-encompassing. It involves all forms of working with plant material. It involves gardens, it involves interior plants, it involves greenhouse plants.
One of the things that surprised me was just how much it actually makes the rest of the world look beautiful. Going to a building and with no landscape at all, and then realizing that you can show much more potential to it with different design makes you feel incredible. And using natural aspects as well as greening up the environment, which is something we forget about a lot, is such a central focus, and learning about that is a great deal of what we do.
Every day is different, which is what is so amazing about the landscape field. It's not only plants. We do so much more than that. We're now designing buildings and outdoor kitchens and outdoor living spaces rather than just putting in rocks and trees.
The type of person that would gravitate to this program, first of all, I think needs to be outdoorsy for obvious reasons. We spend a lot of our time working with various plant materials and various things outside. So I think that's the most important thing. And I think we're getting a lot of the environmental aspect into this now. A lot of people with environmental issues are really being, drawn to this program. Obviously, we are the original environmental or green industry, so to speak, and I think that is what's really bringing a lot of people into this.
I absolutely love it. I can't imagine not doing landscaping. And I see myself as an artist because I am a designer. The most rewarding thing is doing a design and then seeing it come to fruition. I absolutely love it. It's stressful, but it's good because it keeps you on your toes.
The job situation the last few years has been fantastic. There's the landscapers, there's the golf courses, there's the greenhouse industry in Leamington, we have garden centers, we have nurseries, we have parks. The Parkway project is going to be hiring many horticultural students and people in the industry over the next few years. And I think in the future, as these landscape companies are preparing the final product for finished, a number of our students will be hired to do that as well.
Faculty is great. We have a lot of people that have studied off of campus at Niagara Parks. People who have studied for design at Ryerson have been fantastic, all coming from different parts of the world as well. Some of our faculty has taught in Asia, Europe, and then traveled back here to Canada for home, and learning about all their different experiences has been really incredible.
We're all members of Landscape Ontario as a group, and the other members of the faculty all bring their own specialties. We all kind of have our place, let's say, in the industry. And that allows us to really reach the students on a number of levels, because students will also have their special interests, and I think we can pretty well connect with everybody that comes through.
To any student interested in coming into the horticulture program, I would have to tell them, keep your morals up, your ethics. Hard work is a great deal, especially when you're coming into a skilled trade like horticulture, and make sure you're persistent. Horticulture is a skilled trade that often gets overlooked, and there's over 75% of the industry retiring in the next 5 years, and I was told that when I started the program, so I can only imagine how many jobs are out there now.
So I hope you guys understand on what is horticulture based on the short clip that I've just showed just now. And so there are a few factors that can influence horticulture's activities or horticulture's crop for them to get a beautiful landscape or a great quality crop. So environmental control is an important factor, such as temperature control, light control, soil management, water management, and also pest control. Those are the factors that are very important and should be considered when doing horticulture's activities. So for the most basic environmental control is only to determine the location, whether it's shady or sunny side, or the proximity of the site towards the water body, the altitude, and also the latitude. So for the next factor is the most important factor, which is the light factor. So as we know that plant requires light in order for them to undergo the process of photosynthesis. So it has the most significant effects on the plants. So extension of day length, most horticulturists use fluorescent light to extend the day length for the plants in order for them to respirate more, to undergo photosynthesis more. Next is the temperature control. So mostly people wouldn't be bothered by the temperature control because that the trees or the plants mostly adapt to the environment. But since we're doing horticulture's activities, the temperature control is very important. Where in cold frames plant, they are planted before the growing season, and they are enclosed in plant's bed with a removable sash of glass or plastic, so that when the heat wave strike the glasses or the plastic, they will heat up the soil, and hence it can help the growth of the plants. Okay, now for the next factor is the soil management, where the fertilizers are applied in a precise routine and of course in a variety beyond the reach or needs of the ordinary gardener. They are frequently applied through leaves or stems in the form of chemical sprays. So next is the water management control. Now water management is also an important factor, where this involves extensive works for irrigation and drainage, where they use sprinkler irrigation, which is also known as a simulated rain, or sprinkler irrigation, where they use plastic tubes to water the plants. So in agriculture field, the most concerning part is the pest. So farmers or gardeners tend to counter this problem with pest control. So plant pests such as viruses, bacteria, fungi, parasitic plants, weeds, mice, birds, and many other more, where the most successful treatment are actually more preventive rather than curative. So horticulturists have few options in prevention. Most of them uses traditional practices such as surgery or sanitation, or biological control by natural competition. By biological control method, they use natural competition between organisms, where if you want to eliminate mice or rats or rodents, they usually use eagles or owls in their field to eliminate them. Farmers or gardeners can also use chemical control through pesticides. Surgery means that cutting out of infected plant parts if the plants are infected to viruses or bacteria or fungi. And sanitation means removal of plant debris that may harbor pests, or they may invite pests to the plants, and it would be not good for the plants. So that is sanitation.
Now we're at the end of the video, and I hope
you would understand what horticulture means and how important is horticulture to the environment, to our world. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching and enjoy the short clip.